This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, Butler Township needs a new police station. Local leaders are now looking for public input as they try and move forward and build a new one. I hope you're having a great Friday, and I want to thank you for spending part of it with us at SSPTV. I'm Ken Cara, and let's get to your local information. Shockwaves are still being felt across the country over the mass shooting earlier this week in California. Lisa Sugar talks with a police chief from our area about how such events have changed the way police do their job.
Communities across the United States are now worried seeing all these mass shootings that are taking place across the country. So what do local police have to do to prepare in light of something like this happening, God forbid, in our area? Pleased to be joined by West Hazleton Police Chief Brian Buglio. Chief, you see what's happening in communities. I'm sure they never expected it to be their town. What do you do to prepare, or what have you done to prepare?
I think what we've done and what other law enforcement departments in the area are doing is I think our whole training and our whole mindset has changed. 20 years ago, it wasn't like this. If you had a shooting or a shots fired call, that was a major incident. Anymore, that's almost just a normal occurrence for us. And it's something that we almost expect daily now.
Wow. So your training has changed over the years a lot.
Oh, absolutely. The training has changed. In the beginning of this, when I started being a policeman many years ago, the training was that if there was an active shooter, you just secured the perimeter of the building and you waited for the SWAT team or the CERT team to come in and help you. Now, our training is as soon as you have 3 or 4 officers, you go in and you stop the active shooter and you actually engage them.
We talked also with Danny Miner, former chief of police in Freeland, too, who actually conducts seminars on what to do if you're involved with an active shooter. It's a shame in this day and age that you have to have something like that. What advice do you have for people, our viewers, and your constituents in that? What can people do to help?
One of the biggest things they could do to help, not only with something like this, but in all situations with law enforcement, is get involved. And when you see something, report it. Don't be afraid to call 911 and report an incident. Don't be afraid to get involved, and if you see something suspicious, to report it. That's what we're here for, and we'll check it out. If it's nothing, it's not a big deal, but it could be something, and maybe it could prevent something, and you could stop something from happening.
In light of this happening, I think to myself, and many people think, you know, who would want to be a police officer in this day and age? Is it getting more difficult to attract people because of the dangers that are growing daily?
Absolutely. The pool to actually get officers from is getting smaller and smaller. Like I said, many years ago when I started becoming a policeman, I would take a test and there'd be 25, 30, 40 people taking that test for one position. Now if you can get 10 people, that's a lot. And I think that's, you know, I talk to a lot of other chiefs and a lot of other departments, and that goes the same for them also. It's just the pool of people wanting to be policemen just isn't there anymore.
Wow. So the bottom line is we all got to kind of watch each other's backs, I guess, in this day and age, and keep law enforcement up to date on what's happening.
Absolutely. Everybody needs to look out for each other, and like I said, if you see something, alert law enforcement to it.
And God forbid anything like this does happen. Our police departments around here are already working closely together, and that's important as well, the cooperative factor.
Absolutely. My department and Hazleton work extremely close together, and all the other departments around this area, we back each other up on a routine basis. There's never going to be an issue with any department backing each other up, whether it be the state police, Butler Township, Freeland. We all work together, Sugarloaf, hand in hand.
Well, we've seen it on numerous occasions as part of the media, but we hope to heaven we never see anything where you have to back up in a case like that. So we just encourage everybody, again, if they see something, they should say something.
Thanks, Lisa. And now to our FYI Standard Speaker headlines. The Butler Township Police Department has outgrown its police station. Currently, 10 police officers work out of a station that was built to house 4. As a result, the township supervisors will hold a public meeting on Tuesday to discuss their plan to build a new police station and municipal building in the Can-Do Corporate Center. Township Manager Marianne Petrula told our media partner, the Standard Speaker, that the supervisors believe that they can put up a new building without raising taxes. The public meeting is set for Tuesday at 6 p.m. in the Butler Township Community Center. Hazleton's poverty rate has skyrocketed over the past 5 years. That's according to a newly released U.S. Census report. Hazleton had a 59% increase in its poverty rate over the 5-year period, the second highest percent increase in the state. The poverty rate measures the number of people living below the federal poverty line, which is an income of $11,770 for an individual. Well, it was an evening filled with holiday favorites. Last night, SSPTV, the Making a Difference Foundation, and Making a Difference Ministries teamed up for a concert, all for a good cause.
Tonight's show was about Brandon's Forever Home, called Christmas with a Twist, the first annual event for them. We'll be doing this next year for them as well to help them get Christmas presents for the children that belong to Brandon's Forever Home. We enjoy doing it. It's a community outreach for us. If anybody would like to know what we're about, they can go to our website, www.unitybymusic.org. And we'd like to thank everybody for coming out today. It was great to have Channel 13 here helping us get the word out about Christmas and also about Brandon's Forever Home.
And another concert will take place this Sunday at 6 p.m. at the Knights of Columbus in Luzerne. Admission is an unwrapped new toy to benefit Toys for Tots. Santa Claus is coming to town tonight in the borough of West Hazleton. Deputy Fire Chief Brian Cara explains that Santa will visit the borough's east side tonight and the west side tomorrow evening.
The boys and girls in West Hazelton apparently have been good because Santa once again is coming to West Hazelton this weekend and is going to be proudly escorted by the West Hazelton Fire Department around the borough as we have every year. This will be going on Friday and Saturday nights starting at our station at 6 p.m. We will be going around. You'll hear and see us coming, and we'll have treats for the kids as well for our four-legged dog friends for Santa Paws. Santa loves dogs too.
And meanwhile, the Harwood Fire Company will escort Santa on Saturday, December 19th through Hullers Hill, Harwood, and Humboldt. For more information, go to West Hazelton Fire Department's Facebook page. Coming up on FYI, Ron Marchetti has a golden ticket. Well, it's not golden, but it is pretty cool. It's from an old basketball game. He'll tell you all about it. After this break, the guys from Wild Bout Huntin' are back with more advice during rifle deer season.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Many of our viewers heading out into the woods, a lot of hunters in the SSPTV viewing area. And here with some expert advice on the equipment you need to be safe while hunting, we have our dear friends from Wild Bout Huntin'. We have the host of Wild Bout Huntin', Dennis Gantz, and Wally Boyle, who is a member of the team of Wild Bout Huntin'. There's a lot of equipment you guys need when you head out into the woods, or when anybody heads out in the woods hunting. Wally, give us some tips on what we need.
Well, right now, with the cold weather, making sure that you wear the heavier clothing to keep you warm. They have commercial hand warmers out there. There's battery-operated ones. There's the chemical ones that activate when they're exposed to the air to help keep you warm. Make sure that your ears are covered, and make sure you're wearing your safety orange. You know, I have my orange hat on. We also have the vest that we need to make sure, you know, that's all part of your clothing and exposed when you're out in the woods.
And when you're out there, you got to make sure you're dressed warmly, because if the weather gets extremely cold, these guys not only experts in hunting, you know them from APTS as well, so they're out there telling you how to stay safe and always giving us tips with that as well. So you can really get frostbitten out there as well.
Yeah, you can. That's why it's important with the hand warmers, the heavy gloves. Make sure that you layer your clothing. You know, a lot of times we'll take extra clothing that if we do start getting cold, we can add additional layers while we're out in the woods. Because usually we're out there for a good 6-8 hours, so it's a long time, and with this weather coming in, it's a good thing to make sure we have that. You know, we carry our backpacks to be able to carry the extra supplies as far as, you know, the extra clothing, the warmers, the drink, and such.
Alrighty, and Dennis, there's a lot of tools of the trade that you take along, besides all the stuff that Wally mentioned as well.
Yeah, you want to keep in mind you're going out there to hunt, so you're going to be out there all day long, and your goal with deer season is to harvest a deer and bring it home. So you've got to be able to figure out how you're going to get that deer out of the woods. So you know, a drag rope, or they've got deer carts that you can purchase today that are you know, very, very nice. You can put the deer on there. If you have the ability that you own your own property, ATVs or UTVs or something that people have a lot. They can get the deer out. You don't have to hurt yourself. But, you know, keep that in mind. You need to have that equipment. GPS. When you go, I always take a GPS and I mark where my truck is parked. I do a lot of hunting on public land. You'll see that in the show. I'll mark where my truck is at so I know when I go in how to get back out. And I'll mark where I'm hunting as well. And if something happens, I can always get on the cell phone if I have service, give my coordinates to somebody. But the GPS will also help you track that deer. Last sign of any kind of blood or anything like that, you can use that to kind of track that trail. Some other things just to keep in mind too is make sure you have a good sharp knife. It's going to come in handy not only for field dressing that deer, but you never know for survival purposes if you're going to need a knife. We have knives that we use and people that we work with. Keep in mind that you're out there to have fun and enjoy the hunt. So binoculars are also something you want to do. In Pennsylvania, we have an antler restriction for the adults. And in most areas, it's 3 points or more on one side. So you want to make sure that you're identifying your target properly. And a good pair of binoculars is something that can help you do that. You'll see some of the tools that we use. We'll have them here shortly for everybody to see. But, good backpack, like Wally said. Layering your clothing, you can always take some stuff off. We always walk in, I do, with as little as possible on my back. And I get dressed more so when I get to the stand so I don't get perspired and sweat, because once you're sweating and you're cold, it's hard to get warm.
Good advice. Now, these gentlemen you will see on Wild Bout Hunting on the Hunting Channel and also locally here on SSPTV. We're excited about that. We can't wait until the show comes. You guys are working hard. If they want to find out more about Wild Bout Hunting, where do they go?
They can visit our website at www.wildbouthunting.com, and they can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And if they want to get in touch with us, they can always message us or email us at info@wildbouthunting.com.
All right, great advice from some great hunters in our area, and you'll be seeing a lot of them soon on SSPTV.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
This shot was taken in front of the Shop 2 on Broad Street in downtown Hazleton. They are all ready for Christmas. I believe they're having a sale as part of Second Friday in Hazleton this evening. For a full list of events on First Friday, go to downtownhazleton.org. Now to our local weather forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 30 degrees, a north wind around 7 miles per hour. Extended 4-day forecast right now coming your way on Saturday, sunny with a high near 48 degrees. Our low will be 31, and then on Saturday night, mostly clear again. 31 degrees. Sunday, sunny, high near 50 degrees. On Sunday night, partly cloudy, low of 33. On Monday, mostly cloudy. We will get up to 46 degrees. Monday night, once again, mostly cloudy, mostly sunny during the day, mostly cloudy at night. The low will be 33 degrees. For Tuesday, mostly cloudy, high near 41. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy, low of 33 degrees. All right, the Pennsylvania Lottery. Here we go. Midday winning Pennsylvania Lottery numbers on FYI. Pick 2, 6-3. Pick 3, 145. Pick 4, 7750. And pick 5, 22427. It's time for Chris at the Hazleton Animal Shelter.
Hello again, and here I have with me Doobie the Dobie. Doobie is a young adult standard Doberman Pinscher, and he's very quiet and friendly, seems to get along very well with everybody he's met here at the shelter. We're not sure what he's like with other dogs, so of course, not only because it's standard procedure, but due to his size as well, we recommend doing a meet and greet if you're interested in adoption and have a dog of your own. Doobie is neutered and good on all of his shots, including his rabies. He has also been tested for heartworm and Lyme disease and has come up negative for both. Although a very quiet dog, he's also very large, and so we recommend somebody who has time for daily walks and maybe a large fenced-in yard so he can have plenty of exercise. He has a very calm demeanor and is very friendly and affectionate, but also we recommend, because of his size, that somebody who is used to the breed, or at least to dogs of this size, come and have a look to adopt him. Although we don't know the dog's origins because he was brought to us as a stray, we do know that somebody had taken at least decent care of him at some point because he is very well trained, he knows how to sit, give paw, and to lie down. That's it for this week's dog. Let's have a look at our cats. And here I have with me Cleo. Cleo is an approximately 4.5-month-old domestic shorthair with a really beautiful tortoiseshell pattern to her. As you can see, she likes to be held and gets along really well with people. She seems to do all right with other cats as well. Like all of our cats, she is already spayed, current on all of her vaccines, including her rabies shot, and has been tested for feline leukemia and FIV, and of course has come up negative for both. This kitten is very calm and affectionate for her age, not very hyper or playful like a lot of kittens can be. So we think she would be good for experienced cat owners as well as for first-timers. Cleo's most unique feature is her extra toes. If you notice on her front paws, she is polydactyl, and she has extra thumbs on each of her front paws. Because of this, it's not a bad idea for someone to adopt her who has already had a polydactyl cat, because these animals need their claws clipped regularly so that they don't grow into their pads. That's it for this week's animals. If anybody's interested in Doobie the Dobie or Cleo here or any of the other animals we have up for adoption, please come on down to 101 North Poplar Street here at the Hazelton Animal Shelter.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
There are certain things you need to survive the long cold winters in Northeast Pennsylvania. Hats, gloves, boots, and the Standard Speaker Winter Sports Preview. The 2015-16 edition is great from the cover to the back page. Dave Seaman's article on two local superfans is also a must-read. You can grab your copy in Friday's edition of the Standard Speaker. Let's go to the FYI Standard Speaker scoreboard right now. And good news for Penn State Hazelton fans. The men's and the women's basketball team both got victories as they beat PSU Scranton. Both teams are now 2-0 in the Penn State University Athletic Conference, and both will play on Saturday at home against Penn State Du Bois. Well, last week I played darts with a buddy at Cousin Joe's. I was terrible and we didn't even raise any money for charity. This weekend there's a real dart tournament and they will raise some real money for Toys for Tots. Johnny K's 8th annual Toys for Tots electronic dart tournament is this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Towers Bar and Restaurant in Fern Glen. Let me tell you, that's a fantastic place with fantastic people. There's a ton more information online. We have a link up on our Facebook page to the website, and if you can't make it out, you can actually donate at the website. There will be $10,000 in prize money given out, but this is the season all about giving, and last year the tournament raised $35,000, and since it started, the tournament has raised over $140,000 for Toys for Tots. It all starts tonight at 7 p.m. Come and play or just enjoy the atmosphere and make a monetary donation or bring a toy for Toys for Tots. Johnny K, by the way, is Johnny Kaczynski, who has been #1 in the American Dart Organization's point standings several times. All right, let's see what Ron Marchetti has to say in Short Shots.
First Friday of December is almost over. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Short Shots, a review of the past week. Last Friday, Marion's football season ended in Philadelphia after losing to Bishop McDevitt 35-19. 7 and 6 McDevitt will now play Old Forge. KJ Schnurr of Marion Catholic finished his high school career with another good game, 144 yards on the ground with 1 touchdown. He ends his fine scholastic football career, and the Colts finished their campaign at 8-5. Other scores of local interest: Southern Columbia outscored Montoursville 56-50, and Dunmore defeated Notre Dame Green Pond. On Saturday, Penn State got steamrolled by Michigan State 35-16, ending the regular season at 7-5. Notre Dame lost a heartbreaker in Palo Alto to Stanford 38-36 on a last play field goal. So the Irish finished their injury-riddled campaign at 10-2, exactly 4 points and 2 plays away from an undefeated season. What else? Kobe Bryant announced that this will be his final season, his 20th, all with the Lakers. I will not be there for his final NBA game, but I was for his last high school game when Lower Merion won the state championship over Erie Cathedral Prep on March 27, 1996. Here's the ticket, which is now, of course, a collectible. The world champion Kansas City Royals World Series share was announced. Each member of the team will pick up an extra $370,000. Not a record. The San Francisco Giants still hold that from last year. Each player received $388,000. But the losing Mets shares did set a new record. They will each collect just under $301,000. Mother of God! When Mickey Mantle and Yogi Berra picked up their shares after winning the 1952 World Series, their checks were slightly over $5,200. That was a nice piece of cash in the early 50s, but now That's peanuts. The Golden State Warriors in the NBA are 20-0, and the Philadelphia 76ers are 1-18 after breaking a 28-game losing streak this week. High school basketball is about to commence. I'm really excited about it, but there are still 4 huge college football games tomorrow. Iowa, Michigan State, Clemson, North Carolina, Alabama, Florida, and USC, Stanford. Now just imagine if Iowa, Clemson, Alabama, and Stanford all lose tomorrow, the top 4 would be Oklahoma, Michigan State, Ohio State, and North Carolina, with Notre Dame looking in at number 5. Could it happen? Yes. Will it happen? Very unlikely, but never say never. Have a good one. Till Monday. Stay loose.
Be happy, it's Friday, and go to Bottlenecks for half-price happy hour starting at 6 p.m. They have live music and half-price appetizers.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, Butler Township will host the annual Christmas tree lighting on Saturday, December 5th at 6 p.m. The event is sponsored by the Rec Board, Valley Regional Fire and Ambulance, Tracy's Academy of Dance, and they will be featuring crafts, dancing, games, refreshments will also be served, and finally, don't forget pictures with Santa. Our next announcement, MPB community players will present their 4th annual holiday pageant, Our Christmas Gift, at 2 venues in the next few weeks. The production is free, but goodwill donations will be collected, with all proceeds benefiting the venue. The shows will be held Sunday, December 6th at 7:30 at Catholic Social Services, and also Sunday, December 13th at 7:30 at Most Precious Blood Church. For info, just call 570-454-0178. Our next announcement, Christ Lutheran Church in Cunningham will be holding their drive-through Living Nativity Saturday and Sunday from 6 to 8 p.m. Enjoy their gift to the community with 14 different scenes. And finally, Community Bible Fellowship, 458 West Spruce Street in Hazleton, will be holding a free lunch Sunday, December 6th from noon to 2 p.m. Eat-ins are only available. For info, just call 570-790-3753. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Philip M. Andrasco of Hazleton. Arrangements are under the direction of the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Mary Ann Bittner of Lansford. Funeral is Saturday at 10 a.m. at the Zion Evangelical Lutheran Church. Friends may call from 9 to 10 at the church. The Lamar Christ Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Curtis H. Cromis Jr. of Drums. Arrangements will be announced by the Cropton Hughes Funeral Home. And Robert Poltrock Jr. of Freeland. Friends may call Sunday from noon to 1:30 p.m. at the McHugh Wilczek Funeral Home. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Karen Owens of Barnesville. Karen, if you're watching, give us a call, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
It's a festive first Friday in downtown Hazleton. Come on out, and remember, for a full list of events, you can go to downtownhazleton.org. That's it for this week on FYI. We'll see you again on Monday. Take it easy, everyone.